Good morning. Hello and welcome to a Fancy Fold Friday here at Bird's Nest Designs. This recording is going live on Friday, August 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. My name is Denise Cox. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Trail, British Columbia, Canada. And you are watching from either my Facebook page on Bird's Nest Designs or my YouTube channel. So thank you for being here today. Leave me a comment. Let me know you're watching, where you're watching from. I'd love to read and see who's stamping along with me. So I am pre-recording today's video because I am in Las Vegas, Nevada for Stampin' Up's backstage convention. And so I'm gathering with all of my fellow demonstrator leaders who were able to make it. And we're doing some training and having some fun. And so I can't wait to share all that with you next week. But I did not want you to miss our weekly series of videos here. And so I've pre-recorded this one, but I am going to be checking in on the comments. So please say hello. Let me know you're here. And let's do some fun stamping. So every Friday I am live for Fancy Fold Friday. And this week we are featuring the Sweet and Precious stamp set right here. Okay, so we had a really fun video on Monday using a new creative color challenge. Using this stamp set, we use these fun giraffes right here. We made a fun baby card. Tuesday I was live, or not live, but I had a recorded video ready for you guys. For my cards by mail class. So there was 3 cards that we made. I'll show you those here real quick. These 3 cards, you get free card kit with your $50 or more order before shipping and tax in my online store using the host code, which is going to be right here on the screen right there. You're going to get 2 of each of these cards to create. Okay, all the bits and pieces will be there. You'll get instructions. All you'll need to do is add paper or inks and stamps and adhesive to your kit. So no stamped images will be in there as per policy, but everything else will be there and you'll have instructions. So if you don't have this Sweet and Precious stamp set and you didn't order it to qualify for the class, then you can always substitute out for something you already have in your collection. So they don't have to be made exactly the same. You know how it is with paper crafting. You can alter things out, change it up, and make them your own. Okay, so today we are on Fancy Fold Friday. All of the links in the video description for how to place your order, more information about my cards by mail class series that you can earn for free with your order is all down there in the description. So check that out. But for now, let's get to stamping because today's card is super fun. There is lots of stamping to be done because this stamp set is so cute. I just think it is adorable. I love all the details. It's a really good stamp set. And our fun fold today is a 3-panel card. That's what I'm calling it. I don't really ever know the name of these fancy folds, but this one I'm going to call the 3-panel card. So we have a 4 1/4 piece, 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm just going to hold my ruler here so I can confirm. I believe I have it wrong. There we go. So we are going to score on the long edge. It's going to be scored at 4 and 6 3/4. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 11, scored on the long edge at 4 and 6 3/4. So that's the measurements that you need to have if you want to create this type of card. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it this way now. We're going to fold down on this one, up on that one. So now it will fold. I just have an envelope here to show you. It will still fit in a regular envelope. Okay, so no extra postage, no extra envelope needed. And we're just going to burnish those with the bone folder. Okay, to create this fun fold. And I always like to open it up and do it here too. It helps a little bit. Okay, so there is our start. This is of course basic black. And now you can see those 3 panels that we have. It is a little hard when it's black, but there you go. That's a better view. Okay, so then I've got some pieces of basic white. We have a 3 3/4 by 4, so 3 3/4 high by 4. We have a 4 by 4, and I'm pretty sure this was 2 1/2 by 4. So those are the 3 layers that you will want for your 3 panels. Now I'm doing mine, like I said before in the beginning of the video, we are doing a lot of stamping, and so I'm just going to use basic white. I've also got some designer series paper pieces here. And again, this one is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. This is from the Zany Zoo or Zoo Crew Designer Series paper. Okay, it's a little froggy on the back there. And this is more of the Regal's 6x6 collection in that fun dotted pattern or lined pattern like we used in Monday's video. So this is Old Olive, and this one measures the same 1 3/4, but this one's 4 inches long. Okay. We've got a piece of paper here, Old Olive. This is actually a scrap piece that we're going to do some stamping and punching. I've got a die cut stylish shaped circle here. And if you want to recreate this video exactly, you're going to want that measurement. And this one is just under 1 3/4 across. And then we have 2 strips of basic white that are 1/2 inches wide by 3 inches long each. Okay. For ink pads for today, we need Old Olive and we need Memento. So I've got my black Memento here. We've got the Old Olive. Now, aside from the Sweet and Precious stamp set, we are also going to be pulling in Tropical Leaf Stamp and Coordinating Punch and Charming Sentiments. So we are just combining a bunch of fun products to make a really, really sweet card. So let's start stamping. So from the Sweet and Precious, we are going to stamp all 3 images. This is going to be super fun. So the front panel is the 3 3/4 by 4. The middle is the 2.5 by 4. Yes, 2.5 by 4. And then the back one is 4 by 4. Okay, so we've got all 3 of those pieces of basic white. We are going to stamp with Memento. And I'm going to start with the giraffes. Okay, so these guys here are going to get nice and inked up. And this is going on the front one. So right here. And we are going, oh, I almost did them upside down. We want them coming in on the side here. Okay. I'm just going to make sure I get that down, get all that ink to transfer, get all that lovely detail. Okay, so we've got the giraffe stamped there. Set that off to the side. Then I'm going to bring in the penguins. Okay, these guys, aren't they sweet? So cute. So again, we're going to ink them up with Memento. And on the 2.5 by 4 piece here, we are going to stamp these penguins off to the left-hand side. Like that. Okay. And finally, on the 4 by 4 piece, we are going to stamp the sloth. This guy is so cute as well. I love how they all have their little babies and they're all sweet and snuggly. So cute. Okay, so for this one, we're going to stamp it in the top right section of our piece of basic white. Okay, perfect. Awesome. They stamped beautifully. The detail is just outstanding in these stamp sets, okay? So those are our 3 pieces so far. Now that designer series paper that we had, we're going to pull that in now. And our dotted piece here from the Zoo Crew piece, designer paper is going to get, oh, take off the lid first, Denise. This one is going to get attached alongside the giraffe up here. Okay, right to the flush to the edge. It's going to fit perfectly right there. So we've got that nice dotted paper here. And then we're going to take our Old Olive one. Again, we have these cute hearts, and I just don't know if we should put the hearts or the stripes. I quite liked the stripes. So let's, I'm going to switch to the stripes. But remember, you're making this card at home. You can put any paper you want there. The reason I'm choosing the stripe is because it does show more of the Old Olive as opposed to the hearts, which have more white in the pattern. So that's why I'm switching to this one. Okay, so here are our 3 panels. Now we do need to do just a wee bit of coloring. So to color let's start with the penguins because they're right close to me here. I'm using Daffodil Delight and Paper Pumpkin, Pumpkin Pie, both the light, okay? So what I'm going to do is start with the Pumpkin Pie light, and I'm just going to trace a little bit here in his neck area, chest area, with the yellow or the orange. And then I'm going to come in with the light Daffodil Delight and just sort of blend that out like that, and just sort of give this some fun color to it. Okay. Sort of like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just something fun. And that is all the coloring we're going to do on those penguins. Aren't they cute? Oh, so cute. Okay. Next, we'll do the sloth. Now, the sloth, we're going to use pecan pie and old olive. And my old olive markers, where they go? They're over here. Old olive light, old olive dark. Okay, so for the sloth, we're going to use pecan pie and old olive. And I'm just going to use the dark pecan pie to color the trees, the branches here. Yeah. Now, I don't want it to get onto my designer paper. I should have, potentially I should have colored them first, but if you're very careful, you won't get your blends onto your designer paper. So just coloring these branches with dark pecan pie. And then we can come in with our old olive, and we're going to use a combination of the dark and the light, and we're just going to kind of highlight these leaves. So anywhere where there is already like some shading in the imagery is where I'm coloring with the dark. And then we'll come in with the light and we'll go on the opposite parts. Okay, so that's our dark. And then we'll do the light. Just sort of blending them together. And a circular motion is good. I'm not too concerned. I know I'm going outside the lines a little bit. That's okay. It kind of adds to the look of the stamp. It's fun leaves here. Okay. So there's that. We're not going to color in the sloth. I think the detail in him already adds enough color with the black. You could color it in with gray or brown if you wanted, but I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay. And then we have our giraffes. Now, I think that wild wheat is the perfect color for these giraffes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my dark only to color in the baby here. Okay. Can't remember what they call. I believe there's a name for a baby giraffe, but I can't remember what it is. So if you know what it is and you're watching along, whether you're here live while the video goes live, or if you're catching the replay, let me know if you know what they call the baby giraffe, because I can't remember. He is adorable though. Okay, so we're just using the dark, like I mentioned, just to color in the whole giraffe, the baby guy here. And then once it's done, you can go over again with just the dark and add some shading that way. I'm kind of just going to go over here on his forehead, a bit on the top of his ears, kind of where all this great shading is already in the imagery. Maybe a bit on his neck. And it just gives it a little bit more dark shading. Okay. So that's that. Oh, I guess we should color his eyelid. It doesn't need to be left white. There we go. Okay. Now for the mama giraffe here, we're going to use the light, which I just had a second ago. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going to color her in with the white, light wild wheat. That is, for some reason, a tongue twister. Okay, so we're just coloring her in. I'm leaving the inside of the ears blank for now. We're going to come back and color those in a different color. For now, we'll just color her all in. Just love these images. Now, I'm not often drawn to the really detailed stamps. I kind of like the fun, whimsical, cutesy ones. But this stamp set, you guys, it really drew me in. And I think it is so pretty, so nice. And I'm really happy to have it in my collection. So there is that giraffe colored in with the light. Now I am going to come in with this one and take a little bit of the dark. Now usually I do it the opposite, I know, but I do tell you guys that every once in a while I switch it up. So today's one of those days. We're switching it up and we're coloring the giraffe with the dark in after. Again, I'm just going over the tiny dark spots that are already in the stamp. Not getting overly particular, just sort of getting a little bit of shading in there. Okay, there we go. There is our giraffe. We're just going to use a little bit of crumb cake for the inside of the ears. Okay, so I'm going to color with my light crumb cake. You could also use petal pink, but I just thought this was a little bit more muted color. And then if you want, you can come in with a bit of the dark crumb cake and just highlight these parts of the ear here. Like so. There we go. There is our giraffes all colored in. Isn't that sweet? Okay, so now let's go back to our card. And we're going to take our 3-panel card. Remember, the top one here is the 3 3/4 by 5. Oops, that's the giraffe. Okay, so we're going to attach that one on there. Okay, so that is going to go on here. That, then we'll take our penguins. We're going to stick that one here in the center. Now I am going to try and keep them so that they're lined up on the sides so that they all kind of flow down the card together when it's all opened up. And then we're going to put the sloth square, the 4x4 square on the very bottom. Here. Okay, isn't this cute? And then watch what happens when it's all closed up. All you see is the giraffe, but as you open it, you see all of those cute animals. So let's go ahead and embellish this and finish it up a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this old olive scrap that we have here and our tropical leaf punch. This is on online exclusive, so be sure to visit my online store and check out the online exclusive section, because there's quite a few items in there that aren't available in our catalog and you don't want to miss out. So we've got those leaves punched. There is a coordinating stamp set, of course, right here, the tropical leaf stamp set. Lots of great images and sayings in here, but today all we're going to use is, oh, sorry, this one here, the veins in the stamp. So I've got that here on a block, and we're going to use old olive. So color on color, it's going to make it just slightly darker. We're going to ink that up. And then we're going to line it up with our leaf, stamp it down. Same thing here, line it up, stamp it down. Okay, and we're done with the old olive. That was that. So that is going to go on with some dimensionals. And I could have sworn I already had them down here, but maybe not. I'll grab another sheet. We always have lots of dimensionals here. So stick this here. Okay, and then we're going to put the leaves on the front over here on the polka dots. So it's going to break up that white. I know you might have been thinking, whoa, that's a lot of white pattern, but it's not, because we're going to add these fun leaves. Okay, so this leaf we're going to put down this way, maybe tuck it in to that leaf a bit. Okay, so we've got these nice like jungle looking tropical leaves with our giraffes. Isn't that cute? Now we're going to add some sentiments onto these labels. So I'm going to grab my silicone mat so I can see these smaller shapes nice and clear. And then for the sentiments, I'm going to pull in sentiments from the Charming Sentiment stamp set. Now this one is fabulous. It's in the annual catalog. It does have coordinating dies that you can use. That'll also cut all of these words out, which is awesome. But today we're just going to put them straight on to the banners and the shapes that I've cut. So to start with, we're going to use Memento ink for all three. And we're going to stamp So Tiny, So Precious. Okay, so that's going to go on one of our long banners. Remember, these are 1/2 inch by 3 inches each. Okay, so that's on one. Then we're going to stamp Congratulations. This is, all three of these sentiments are from the Charming Sentiment stamp set, okay? So we're going to stamp that, Congratulations. And then lastly, on our die cut stylish shaped circle here, we're going to stamp Babies Are a Blessing. Now, 3 great sentiments to make a baby card. So that's what we're doing today. So we've got our 3 sentiments here. And then we just need to attach them. So to start with, on the front of our card, I'm going to put congratulations. So on the end, by the S, I'm going to put a dimensional. And then I'm going to put another one just not that far off towards the center. I'm going to pull those off, and then we're going to put some seal here on the end. So what I want to do is I'm going to place this across the leaves, and it is going to cover our giraffes a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I think that is really, really sweet. Congratulations. Now let's open the card up, and we're going to take So Tiny, So Precious. We're going to put our Stampin' Seal on that, and then we are going to line it up. So on the opposite edge, so this time it's going to line up on the right. I'm going to put that across there, across our penguins. And then finally, we're going to take Babies Are a Blessing. Oh, no, I don't want to put dimensionals. I do want to. Instinctively, yes, I do want to put dimensionals. But this card, I don't want to have to pay extra postage when it goes in the mail. And so we're just going to stamp and seal this one. So I'm going to put this circle right here next to our sloth in the white section there. Okay, what do you guys think? We're almost done. We just got to add a little bit of bling. So this card, I think, turned out awesome. And we used all of the imagery from the Sweet and Precious stamp set. And we've, of course, incorporated the tropical leaves, and we've incorporated some sentiments from Charming Sentiments, which is awesome. Now, for some bling, we're going to use the 2023-2025 in color dots. And I love these. And as you can see, my selection is getting a little picked over here. So I just need to find my take a pick tool. Now, normally I use the gummy end and I slide them off, but these ones are quite narrow. So I find the spatula works a bit better for these guys. So I'm going to put a large wild wheat one up here. And then where are we going to put these? Maybe I'll put these down here in the corner. See, I can't even get this little one off. There we go. We'll put two down here in the corner. Okay, now let's open it up. And I think we should add a little bit of bling in here as well. So I think the pebbled path will look nice. It kind of, when you watch, when we put it on here, it's going to look almost black. So it ties in nicely with our images we stamped. And then let's put a smaller one here. Gosh, it won't even come off the spatula now. All right, there we go. Done, 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 done. Okay, so there we have it. What do you guys think of this 3-panel baby card that we've made with the Sweet and Precious stamp set? I think it is absolutely adorable. Now I just can't wait for somebody to have a baby so I can send it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching Fancy Fold Friday's video today. This card turned out super, super sweet. I love it. Now, this week is all about Sweet and Precious stamp set. And so my cards by mail, which today is the last day to get that order in. So don't forget, get your $50 or more order before shipping and taxes into my online store using the host code right here on the screen. Enter that in, and it will automatically convert to shopping with me as soon as you enter this host code, okay? So order $50 or more before shipping, before taxes, and I'm going to send you a 6-kit card class absolutely free. So just for shopping with me and spending your $50, I'm going to send you a kit. It's going to include 6 card kits, 2 of each of these cards for you to create, along with PDF instructions. Oop, our sloth is upside down. PDF instructions, link to the video I did Tuesday, so you can watch the video if you'd rather that. And there you have it. That is my ordering special this week. Cards by mail, Sweet and Precious. So if you love the Sweet and Precious stamp set like I do and you don't already own it, now is the perfect time to add it to the order with this host code. Get it in your collection, and then you can make the cards exactly as I have. The email that I do send out on Wednesday morning also had all of the supplies you need to create the cards for Tuesdays, or for the cards by mail class. So if there's any ink pads or anything in there that you needed, of course, add that as well. Or you can totally substitute for whatever you do have in your collection. Use my layouts, use the pieces I send you, and create your very own cards. So the options are endless, as usual with paper crafting. I just want to thank you for shopping with me by sending you this fun Cards by Mail free class. All right, all the instructions and all the directions, the links are in the comments, are in the description below today's video. So if you're watching here on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed today's video. If you're on Facebook, like the page, follow me, and every time I go live, you will get a notification in your notification bar. So thank you all for being here. Have a fabulous weekend. I will be back from Las Vegas next week, so I will be here live with you next week on Wednesday and Friday. Monday will likely be a recorded video as well, as I do believe that's the day I'm traveling home. So until then, you guys have a fabulous time. Have a fabulous weekend, and I can't wait to stamp with you again next week. Cheers.